going to be highlighting some of those additional items that you will need to successfully complete your school-based assessment. Whether it be SBA number 1, SBA number 2, or SBA number 3, all of these items can be used to ensure that your practical is completed smoothly. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Let's get into the first item. Place cards or table cards. Now these are used to name or identify the dishes that you have prepared on your presentation table. In terms of size, the place cards should be big enough to capture attention but small enough so that they don't take up too much space on the table. Now usually one of the easiest designs or ways to make the placement card is by using a folded or a tent shape. And this is ideal as it stands on its own and the names are easy to identify without the hassle of bending over to look at the name or picking up the placement card. Right? Now you may choose to handcraft your placed cards, meaning you can make it by hand, cutting out your cartridge paper or cutting out your blank leaf or construction paper, whatever it is that you choose to use. Or if you want to get a little bit more fancy, you can always use some of the design apps to create them. So apps such as Canva, PixArt, or if you want to even do it in Microsoft Word and then have it printed, cut them out and fold them. It's up to you. The next item on the list, recipe cards. Now, as the name suggests, this is basically a card or a page that contains all the details about a particular dish that you are going to prepare. Now, some of the information that will be present on the recipe card would of course include the name of the dish, the ingredients and the quantities to be used, the procedures for making that item, and temperatures needed for cooking. In case you're wondering why you would need the recipe cards when you would already have your time plans available to you, in some cases the time plan is not always written in a detailed manner. The recipe cards would have all the information needed for that particular dish. In some cases, the recipe card may even indicate how the dish is supposed to be presented. On the screen, you should see a mini tutorial showing how you can access recipe card templates using the app Canva. Now, of course, if you don't want to use the app Canva, you can always handwrite or type your recipes on blank paper or index cards, and then the recipe cards can be placed inside the pockets of your apron so that they are easy to access throughout the practical. The next item on the list is a centerpiece. Now the centerpiece is going to be the central object or the focal point of your display table, and its main function is to serve as a form of decoration. So it enhances your overall presentation of your dishes. In terms of size, it should not be too large as it will create difficulty with the visibility of the different dishes. One thing to note is that there's no specific marks on the rubric for the use of a centerpiece, but I would suggest that you consult with your teacher to determine whether or not this would be one of the items that you will need. As mentioned before, it does enhance the overall look of your presentation table. These are some inexpensive options of centerpieces that can be used for your practical. Of course, if you want to work with a particular theme for your presentation, then you may choose one that is more appropriate for your table. Now, bear in mind that the centerpieces do not have to be fancy, elaborate, or overly expensive. You want to choose a centerpiece that is still attractive but is easy on the pockets. Garnishes and decorations are next on our list. Remember that we eat with our eyes first, and the first thing that the examiner will experience about your dish is the presentation, how it looks, the aesthetic appeal, right? So it's the first thing that they will judge before they even taste the dish. The aim of your garnishes or your decorations is to enhance the overall appearance of the dish. Sometimes it improves the texture and sometimes it enhances the taste of the dish as well. Bear in mind that your garnishes and decorations should be done as a form of pre-preparation. They should not be done during the practical, and this is to ensure that you make maximum use of the time allotted for the preparation of your dishes and the presentation as well. Alright, so you want to bear in mind also that you want to have a variety as it relates to the types of garnishes and decorations that you're using. Next on our list is the cover cloth. Now the cover cloth is used to cover the ingredients to be used during the practical assignment. Normally, students would make it from white cotton fabric, and it should be large enough to cover the area which contains the ingredients to be used. In terms of affordability, some students may use kitchen towels to cover the ingredients. Again, consult with your teacher to find out which is more appropriate. The next item on our list is tulle or food mesh. Now, the main aim of this is to protect the food from outside elements, especially bugs and other insects. It is lightweight, easy to use, and the examiner can easily grab food from underneath, then replace the cover to protect the dish again. You have the option of using the fabric itself, or you can use the dome-shaped covers to protect your dishes. Of course, you know that you will need pot holders and oven mittens. Now, in case you don't know, pot holders and oven mittens, they are made from thick pieces of quilted material, and they are used to protect your hands from the heat of hot cookware, casseroles, and any other hot items that cannot be handled with your bare hands. And then the last item on our list is the food basket. And the food basket will be used to hold and transport your foods, whether it be your ingredients before the practical or your prepared dishes after your practicals.